So I'm hanging out and I hit the elevator doors. All of a sudden, I swear to you, I hear the crowd start going crazy. Oh my God! And before I could turn around, I hear this voice. Swear to you. He goes, hold on to the elevator door. It was, dude, it's like a movie. All I see is the outline of Nicholson. He's got sunglasses on. It's 2 a.m. Like, this guy rules. It's 2 a.m. He's right in front of me, and he's got a trench coat. And he goes, you got the door? I said, yeah. He turns to the crowd and he goes, well, if you got your camera, start snapping. So check this out. Now he gets in the elevator. I start flipping. I hit 6. He hit 6. So it's like me, this other cast member, Nicholson, and this other guy. The door shuts. I'm not lying to you. Instant swamp ass. And I was just like, oh, my ass is sweating. My forearm, I'm like hyperventilating, and I want to say anything to him. Oh my God, The Shining, when you were just walking down the hallway. You were... One flew over there, put your hand in the air, Chief. Don't you want to watch the game? Chief, come on, nurse, don't do that to me. Man's a legend. I'm right next to him, and I didn't say nothing. I lost the opportunity in life, and just as I thought that, I was like, oh, no. We hit our floor, the door's open. Now, you see the way I look? I forget. Nicholson takes a step off the elevator. He stops. He turns to me, he gets right in my face, and he lifts up his sunglasses. You know, you look the way I feel right now. So he goes, there's a caddy, or I want to say he's a caddy, as a young guy, and he's watching. He said, in the background, you hear, goddamn son of a fucking, go fuck yourself, son of a bitch. I need this bullshit. Fuck you, you goddamn horse. And they look, and it's Nicholson trying to putt.
With a cigarette in his mouth.
Yeah, right. He's destroying.
He's screaming.
He's destroying the grass.
He's having the worst time ever. So the caddy goes, oh my God, is that Jack Nicholson? And Pesci's like, yeah, it's Nicholson. He's my buddy. He's always fucking out there. He's golfing out there. He's having a tough time. He won't fucking take lessons out there. I keep telling him, take a fucking lesson, Jack. What the fuck are you wasting your time for? And he goes, well, he goes, I'm pretty sure I can help him. And he goes, well, why don't you go over there and go ahead? He went, oh, no, I'm not going to walk up to Jack Nicholson. He goes, you tell him that I sent you over there. Go over there and fucking tell him and tell you're doing the fucked up. You're facing the wrong direction. Your hip ball's out of line. It's fucking left. Put the fucking ball, you pricket. So he goes,
oh my God.
So the caddy goes up, and he says, now George goes, so I'm watching this dim, and from a distance, you just see the caddy says something to Nicholson, and Nicholson just looks at him, and he says some shit like this thing, and the kid just turned around and his face was white, and he comes back, and he's just quiet. And you just tell him what to do. He goes, yeah. He goes, well, what happened? He goes, he told me go take my tip and shove it up my fucking ass and go take your tip and shove it up your fucking ass, you little wannabe goddamn golfer. So Pesci goes, did he fucking say that to you?
I set them over.
He goes, did you tell him you were a friend of mine?
Some golf
It
game.
sounds like a movie scene.
Right.
It sounds
Now
like and he
Pesci is
goes,
insulted.
now he's insulted.
Because this was his
And he goes,
gift.
are you fucking kidding? He goes, hold on a second. And he goes, and Pesci goes walking over to the putting
no.
thing.
Oh, no.
And he says they are nose to nose. And Nicholson is, he's taller than Pesci. He's like, you goddamn giddy bastard, don't tell me and send your little fucking... You fucking call me. I'm trying to help you, Jack. I'm trying to fucking help you. You're walking around here like a fucking... The kid is trying to fucking help you. I don't need your goddamn help. Why don't you work on another movie, you fucking... Don't tell me what the fuck to work. I'm trying to fucking help you. It's a... George Lopez telling the story.
God. And Lopez is watching this whole thing.
Howard, I couldn't breathe.
So later in the afternoon, I'm walking from set back to my trailer on a break of some sort, and I hear somebody mumbling behind me, and I turn back, and it's Jack. And he's like 3 feet away. It's surreal. It's just surreal. The whole damn thing is surreal. And again, I'm not going to engage. Just let him have his moment.
Yeah.
He gets to his trailer, he puts his hand on the door, and he stops, and he turns to me, and he says, you want to know surreal? And, of course, I'm thinking, I'm sorry, Jack Nicholson, did you just ask me if I wanted to know what you think is surreal?
Yeah, right.
I pull up a chair, and he says, I'm doing this picture, Chinatown. I'm sorry, Jack Nicholson, did you just start a story with, I'm doing this picture, Chinatown, and I'm rehearsing this scene with John Huston. And you have to understand, the man was like an idol of mine. He was a surrogate father. I worshipped the ground he walked on. He meant more to me than my own family. And while we're rehearsing this scene, I see over his shoulder, about 50 yards away, his daughter Angelica walking towards the set to visit. And I had just started banging her about 3 weeks before.
Oh, my God.
And so I realized I hadn't told the old man yet. And I didn't know how to break it to him. I didn't want to upset him. I didn't want him to be angry with me. I didn't want to disappoint him. I would have killed her if that's what he wanted. And I'm thinking all these things as we're rehearsing the scene, and I come out of those thoughts and get back into the rehearsal at the exact moment that his character says to mine, Mr. Giddis, are you sleeping with my daughter?
Are you sleeping with her? Come, Mr. Gibbs. You don't have to think about that, remember, do you?
Now that's surreal. And he turns on a dime, and he walks into his trailer, and I'm standing in a parking lot thinking and saying out loud, did anybody else see that?
This was my favorite story of The Departed with Jack. The scene was 1/8 of a page, and it said, Costello, that's his character's name, executes a man kneeling in the marsh. I didn't work that day. I came the next day, and Jack was so excited. He was like, wait till you hear what I did. He's like, and I was like, all right, tell me. He goes, well, it was 1/8 of a page. It said, Costello executes man kneeling in the marsh. And he goes, I've seen that before. He goes, so what I did is I made it a woman. And I go, oh, okay. And he goes, and I put Ray in the scene with me.
Yeah.
And Ray Winston, who's like one great actor, he was playing Jack's right-hand man.
Yeah, I know. He's great.
He goes, but I shoot her in the back of the head and she falls over. Now you could end the scene there, but if you keep the camera rolling, I turn to Ray and I say, geez, she fell funny.
Jeez. She fell funny.
Now that's a very sinister line. It suggests that I've done this before and there's a way that people fall.
Yeah.
He goes, now you could end the scene there, but if you leave the camera rolling, Ray reveals an axe that he's holding behind his back. He's going to chop her up. So Ray starts to step forward. Now you could end the scene there, but if you leave the camera rolling, I say, wait, I think I want to fuck her again. Now that's a very sinister line. I'm like, Jesus. He goes, and now there's a pause. Now you could end the scene there,
Right.
but if you keep the camera rolling,
Yeah.
Ray gives me a look, and after a long pause, I go, ah, like I got him, you know?
Yeah, right.
And you could end the scene there, but if you keep the camera rolling,
Yeah.
Ray says to me, Francis, you really ought to see somebody.
Francis, you really should see somebody.
Yeah.
Right? He
Right.
took a lot of time writing that and figuring that out on his
Thinking out
own.
beat for beat.
I went to the Yankee Game once, World Series. So I'm at the game with Lorne Michaels and with Jack Nicholson. Jack Nicholson's the coolest guy. Again, one of those guys where his voice is his voice. It's like, you're you, he's Jack Nicholson, he's Jack Nicholson. So we order a hot dog and a beer, and I get Cracker Jack. I'm eating Cracker Jacks. And he looks at me, he's got a sunglasses, and he goes, did you get the prize yet? And I go, I swear to God. I open up the prize. It's a sticker. It's a picture of a snake. He goes, you know, when I was a kid, we used to get metal things like tin whistles, stuff like that. Then without even looking at me, he was looking out at the game. He goes, now you get a picture of a f***ing snake. Dude, it was like someone wrote it in the script. Now you get a picture of a f***ing snake.
The funniest part is that he asks you about the prize and that he looks off. That's the melancholy. You look off into the distance. It's all crumbling.